Jack wants to help us with open shut them today. I hope that's okay with you. So are your hands ready? Jack's hands are ready. So here we go. Open, shut them, give a little clap, clap, clap. Open, shut them, lay them in your lap, lap, lap. Creep them, crawl them, right up to your chin, chin, chin. Open up your little mouth, but do not let them in. Creep them, crawl them, right back down again. Open, shut them, now our stories begin. All right, Jack, and you say bye-bye? Bye, Jack. Jack's going to go over and Jack's going to sit on the table over here and he's going to watch. He loves story time just like you guys do. So our story that we're going to hear today is The Little Red Hen. And this is the little red hen right here. And the little red hen is a folk tale. Animals can talk in folk tales, so this is a folk tale. So, once there was a little red hen, and she lived in a house with a cat, a dog, and a mouse. Now, little red hen, she did all the work around the house because that cat, that dog, and that mouse, they never helped her do anything. They never helped her do a lick of work around the house. This cat, she would sit up in a tree every once in a while. She'd stretch and open her eyes and look around. She'd close her eyes back and she'd go back to napping in that tree. And that dog, he'd be asleep under the tree. And every once in a while, he'd lift his ear up and he'd listen. And he'd put his ear back down and he'd go back to sleep. And that mouse, who lived in a little mouse hole in the house, he would come outside and he would lift his nose up in the air and his little whiskers would twitch as he sniffed the air. And then he would go back in his little mouse hole and he would go back to sleep. Well, one day, the little red hen, she was out sweeping the front yard when she found a teeny tiny grain of wheat. So she asked, "Who will help me plant this wheat?" Now, I need your help with this part. What does a cat say? Meow. Yeah, that's right. A cat says meow. So how do you think a cat would say not I? Yes, very whiny. Not I. Just like that. Meow. Not I. What about a dog? What does a dog say? Woof, 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 woof. Yes, exactly. Now, how would a dog say not I? Not I. He'd sort of gruff it. Not I. And what about a mouse? What does a mouse say? Squeak, 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 squeak. So how would a mouse say not I? Not I. Yes. And so the little red hen said, "Who will help me plant this wheat?" Not I, said the cat. Not I, said the dog. Not I, said the mouse. Then I will, said the little red hen. And that's just what she did. She planted that little grain of wheat right there in the dirt. But that grain of wheat needed to be tended to every day, which means she needed to water it. So she asked, "Who will help me water this wheat?" Not I, said the cat. Not I, said the dog. Not I, said the mouse. Then I will, said the little red hen. And that's just what she did. She watered that wheat every day. And pretty soon, it started to grow and grow and grow. Pretty soon, that wheat needed to be harvested, which means she needed to cut it down, take it to the miller. So she asked, "Who will help me harvest this wheat?" Not I, said the cat. Not I, said the dog. Not I, said the mouse. Then I will, said the little red hen. And that's just what she did. She harvested that wheat all by herself. But now she needed to take that wheat to the miller so he could grind it into flour for her. So she asked, "Who will help me take this wheat to the miller?" "Not I," said the cat. "Not I," said the dog. "Not I," said the mouse. "Then I will," said the little red hen. And that's just what she did. She took that wheat to the miller and he ground it into flour. And she brought that flour back home. And she thought, and she thought, and she thought, what could I do with this flour? Finally, she decided that she was going to bake a cake with that flour. So she asked, "Who will help me bake a cake?" "Not I," said the cat. "Not I," said the dog. "Not I," said the mouse. "Then I will," said the little red hen. And that's just what she did. She took that flour and she mixed it with some milk and some eggs. And she put that cake into the oven and shut the oven door. And pretty soon, that cake started to smell delicious. The smell drifted up into that tree, and that cat stuck her nose up in the air. And it drifted under that tree, and that dog stuck his nose up in there. And it drifted into that mouse hole where that mouse came out, and his whiskers just a twitch. The house smelled wonderful. And finally, the cake was ready. So the little red hen took the cake out of the oven, and she asked, "Who will help me eat this cake?" Well, what do you think they said? Do you think they wanted to help her eat it? They did. "Who will help me eat this cake?" So we're going to say, "I will" this time. So who will help me eat this cake? "I will," said the cat. "I will," said the dog. "I will," said the mouse. What do you think the little red hen said? "Oh, no, you won't. You didn't help me plant the seed. You didn't help me water it. You didn't help me harvest it or take it to the miller. And you didn't help me bake the cake. So you're not going to help me eat it. I'm going to eat it all by myself." And that's just what she did. And that's the story of the little red hen. And thank you for joining me today. See you later, alligators. Bye-bye.
Hey guys, happy Art Wednesday. So today I have a really cool project for you guys. We have so many of these laying around the house probably, and you probably have some markers and crayons. This is all I have, and I thought, let's make something with this. And I first started off by making an owl, and then I made another owl, and then I thought I could make people. And then I thought I could make a race car. Actually, I started making two. I think I could probably have races. And a spaceship. And I'm actually even thinking about maybe making like a teacup or something. There's so many ideas. In today's video, I'm going to show you an owl, a people, a race car, and a spaceship. But you can create whatever you want with toilet paper rolls, scissors, glue, extra cardboard from cereal boxes, crayons, markers, pens, pencils. It's just all in your imagination. Whatever you think, you can create. So let me start the video, and I look forward to hearing back from you. Bye! So let's make an owl first. We're going to press the top of the toilet paper roll just to make the top of the owl's head. As you can see, I drew some ideas in my notebook, and I'm going to use those ideas to make my owl on my toilet paper roll. I'm going to use pencil first. That way I can get my basic idea down. I can take a marker or a pen and I can begin to outline my pencils. I can take colors, and I can begin adding color to my owl as well. As you can see, this is the second owl I've made. You can even make the lines darker as well. Now I'm going to make a person with my paper towel roll. So I start off with a pencil just like I did with an owl. Once I finish my pencil lines, I go over with a Sharpie or a black marker or any color marker that you want and go over my pencil lines so that I can see it easily. I can even use a pen if I want to. Now I can add color. You can see that I'm using marker, but you don't have to use marker. You can use crayon as well. Add some color to the clothing and the hair and the face. You can also draw a person on the other side of the paper towel tube, or toilet paper tube. This time I'm going to draw a man with a big fluffy beard. As you can see, I can make lots of people with just 2 toilet paper tubes. Now, what if you have scissors and glue and maybe even cereal boxes laying around? As you can see, I have this extra marker box that I'm opening up, and I'm going to create a race car. I'm going to first create the race car tires by tracing one of my toilet paper rolls. I like to cut out my small pieces out of the big piece of cardboard just because it makes it easier to cut things out. And I cut it out even more just to make it easier for myself. Once you have everything cut out, you're going to draw the tire design. I take an extra piece of cardboard for underneath just so I don't make a mess on my table and color in my tires, all 4 of them. Now, you might need some help, so find a spot on your toilet paper roll that doesn't have the curve. Draw a rectangle, but only 3 sides of the rectangle. Maybe you'll need help from your parent. Oh yeah, I like to put glue on my tires on one side right now just so it can get a little tacky before I put them on. So now I can start cutting it out. Like I said, you might need help from a grown-up. Then I push it in, and once I push it in, I push it back out, and that is my windshield. Now it's time to glue the tires, so gently glue the tires, flip it over to the other side, and glue the tires to the other side. Now we're going to let that wait for a little bit so it dries, but once it dries, you can start drawing designs. My race car is going to be the number 11, and I'm also going to do a windshield wiper with windshields and the wipers as well, and the headlights. And I am going to color in my number red. You might do more designs than I did, and I really love to see what you come up with. That's my race car. Now I'm going to make a spaceship. So for making a spaceship, you're going to need an extra piece of cardboard. So maybe you can find yourself a old cereal box, and then you're going to make the spaceship. As you can see, it took me a lot of times to try to figure it out. But once you figure it out, trace it with black and cut outside of the black line. Now we're going to cut out the cockpit, so please draw a rectangle. And just as we did the windshield wipers, you're going to possibly need help from a grown-up. But poke a hole and then cut along the line that you just drew. And this is where your astronaut is going to sit. I took some white crayon just to make the toilet paper roll sort of match the color of the rest of the spaceship. Now I'm going to draw some designs. So just like I did with the tires, I took a little extra piece of scrap so that I don't make a mess on my table, and I started to do my design on both the wingspan and then the cockpit of my spaceship. Then I added glue to the bottom, and as you can see, I didn't color my whole paper towel roll because I know that I wasn't going to see one side. And I pasted so that the tail is sticking out. With a small piece of toilet paper roll, I made a astronaut that can fit inside of my spaceship. So you can make a spaceship, you can make a race car, you can make people, you can make animals like I did with the owl. You can make what I made, or you can create anything that you want. I'd love to see. Share your picture with me on Class Dojo. Alright, see you next Wednesday. Bye guys!